Naomi, I am super tired of telling you this. You need to divorce Ethan. Like, yesterday. You are so not good enough for him. It's actually embarrassing for him. I'm going to find my baby bro someone who's, actually worthy of him. So just do everyone a favor and break up with him already. Ugh. Hello, Naomi. Are you even getting these? Divorce him now.
Whoa, Brenda. Afternoon to you too, I guess. Seriously, you're still at this? It's been 2 solid weeks of this exact same conversation, first thing in the morning. I'm impressed with your dedication, annoying as you are.
Duh, yeah, I'm serious. Are you even understanding what I'm saying? It's not rocket science. Get it together.
Yeah, I get it. Loud and clear. You want me to dump your brother. Got it.
Ugh, don't be such a smartass. That's so annoying.
I'm terribly sorry that I'm not responding to your demands to divorce my husband how you'd like me to.
If you're sorry, then do as I say. You're totally not good enough for him, okay? It's
so obvious. Okay, Brenda, if that's really how you feel, could you try maybe telling me why? Actual reasons. I'm kind of curious now. Seriously, what makes me so wrong for him? Lay it on me. I've got time.
Well, hello. You're way older than him. It's just, ew. Makes him look kind of sad, to be honest.
Huh. That's funny. Didn't you mention your husband's a bit younger than you? Well, just saying. Seems a little hypocritical.
That's totally different. It's not the same thing at all. You just don't get it. And you still, work all the time. You should be home taking care of your husband. That's what wives do.
So you're not into the whole 2-income thing? Ethan and I are good with it. We're a team.
No, it's just Mom and Grandma were always home. It's just the way things should be. You should try it sometime.
Yeah, but weren't their husbands pretty rich? Ethan and I are doing okay, and this works for us. You think I shouldn't have a job? That's kind of old-fashioned, don't you think?
It's not old-fashioned. It's right. You're supposed to support your husband.
I do support him, emotionally and financially. We support each other. It's a partnership.
You probably don't even make any real money anyway. You probably are just saying that to sound cool.
Actually, I make around twice what Ethan does with my freelance work.
Wait, what? Aren't you basically just doing a side gig for his company? There's no way you make more than him if that's the case. That's impossible.
Brenda, I think I told you 1,000,000 times. I don't work for them as an employee. I'm a freelance illustrator. I have my own clients.
Illustrator? So you draw cartoons? That can't pay that much. You're probably lying.
It means I run my own business and draw for different companies. One of them happens to be Ethan's. It's a real job that pays real money.
Still, it's just not right when the wife makes more. It's embarrassing for him. People will talk.
Let them talk. Ethan's cool with it. I'm cool with it. That's all that matters.
Yeah, right. They probably think you just, used your money to trap him because he's younger and dumb. And I can't blame them. That's basically what happened, right? You pounced on him like a total cougar. Seriously, don't you have any shame going after a younger guy because you got a bigger paycheck? So embarrassing.
You know what, Brenda? If we're being totally honest here, he was actually the one who pounced on me. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but he was the one who made the first move.
Whatever. You're totally making that up. You're so delusional.
Nope, I'm not making it up, but hey, gotta jump on a client call now. Gotta pay those bills, Later, Gator.
You can't just leave me hanging like this. This conversation is not over. Okay, Naomi, it's been long enough. 1 whole month and you still haven't divorced Ethan? Seriously, what is your problem? Don't you understand what I've been telling you? You are so not the right person for him. I've been thinking about it nonstop and I'm going to find him someone amazing. Someone who actually appreciates him the way he deserves. You clearly don't. So just get the divorce papers ready. It's for his own good, The sooner you accept this, the better it will be for everyone involved, especially Ethan.
Well, hello again, Brenda. It's been a whole month of blissful silence. I almost thought you'd finally taken a hint. Maybe started a new hobby, perhaps interpretive dance, but nope. Here we are, right back where we started. And you're still on this whole Ethan deserves better crusade? It's really quite something, your unwavering belief in your own matchmaking abilities. Almost makes me forget the constant stream of insults. Almost.
Don't be sarcastic with me. This is serious. My brother's happiness is at stake here, and you're clearly not making him happy. Can't you see that? He deserves so much more than you're giving him. He deserves someone who actually appreciates him, who puts him first, not someone who's probably just using him like you.
Using him? How exactly am I using him, Brenda? By, being his wife? Sharing our life, our home, paying half the bills, and then some, if we're being honest. That's usually how marriage works.
You know exactly what I mean. You're just fundamentally not the right fit. You never were, and deep down, you know it's true. I knew it from the second I met you. Honestly, I just don't like you. You waltzed in and stole my baby brother away from his family. It's not right, and I will never accept it.
Stole? He's a grown man, Brenda. He made his own choices with his own free will. And last I checked, he seemed pretty happy with his stolen life. We're doing just fine.
Ugh, you're so infuriating. You always have some kind of annoying smart remark to everything I say. It's exhausting.
Sorry, Brenda, just trying to have a conversation, though it mostly feels like I'm on the receiving end of your pronouncements. Look, I actually have to get back to work. Deadlines are looming, and unlike some people who have all day to harass their sister-in-law, I have to earn a living to, support my lesser husband.
Oh, so now you're implying I don't work? That's rich, coming from the person who's clearly not prioritizing her own husband's well-being. You should be focusing on him and not your precious career.
That's not what I meant at all. I just have to focus on my job right now. It pays for things, like our mortgage.
Whatever. Just know this, Naomi. I'm not giving up on this. I will make sure you two get divorced. You just wait and see. I always get what I want.
Hey, babe, just got off the train. You okay? My sister been at it again.
Hey, honey. Yeah, Brenda. Full steam ahead as usual. But I'm all right. Just rolling my eyes over here.
Seriously, I'm so sorry you have to deal with her. She can be a lot. I just don't get why she can't just accept us.
It's okay, sweetie. I know it's not your fault. She's got her own unique perspective on things.
Still, it's not fair to you. She's constantly saying awful stuff. It's gotta be getting to you even if you don't show it.
Honestly, it's more annoying than anything. Like a persistent mosquito. You just want to swat it away.
Yeah, well, she's definitely a persistent something. She actually tried to call me earlier, but I was in a meeting and missed it. Probably the same old song and dance.
Probably. Don't worry about it too much. I can handle her texts.
I know you're strong, but it still bugs me, especially because I have this feeling she's not gonna let this go, like she's actually planning something.
You think so? What could she possibly do? Hire a skywriter to tell me to leave you?
Maybe. With Brenda, you never know. I don't trust her when she gets like this.
Well, just know that I trust you, and us. Her opinions really don't change anything between us.
That means a lot, Naomi. Seriously, because I need you to know, no matter what crazy things Brenda tries to pull, I am with you, 100%. There's no way I'm ever divorcing you, ever.
I know, honey, and I feel the exact same way. It's you and me against the world, and your sister.
Exactly. I'm gonna have a serious talk with her this weekend. I've been putting it off, but it's time she understands she needs to back off.
I'd appreciate that, Ethan, but don't let her stress you out too much, okay?
I won't. Coming home to you always makes everything better. So what smells so amazing?
Your favorite, pork and pineapple stir-fry.
Yes, you're the best. I'm practically running from the station. See you soon.
Drive safe, or, train safe. Can't wait to see you.
Naomi, listen up. Guess what? It's finally happening, and you're not going to like it one bit. I'm going to make you divorce my brother, Ethan. Consider this your official eviction notice from his life. Get ready to be dumped for someone way better.
Oh, hey, Brenda. It was a nice 3 whole months of peace. Too bad that's over. What brilliant, undoubtedly self-serving plan have you cooked up now? Do tell. I'm intrigued. Almost, anyway.
Plan? Please. It's just the natural order of things finally kicking in. Ethan's finally wised up and realized he deserves so much more than you. He's got a new girlfriend and she's actually perfect for him. Duh. Her name's Rachel. Try to remember it because you'll be hearing a lot about her.
Rachel, huh? And you're relaying this fascinating development to me? His wife? Wow, you are so incredibly thoughtful. Not at all trying to stir the pot or anything.
She's perfect, Naomi. Young, hot, and exactly the kind of girl Ethan should be with. The kind our family actually likes and approves of. Unlike you, who never really fit in. Let's be honest.
Our family? Right. Last I checked, Ethan and I were building our own family, and last I knew, he seemed pretty happy with it. But go on, tell me more about this flawless Rachel. What makes her so superior?
She's everything you're not. She actually appreciates him and all his amazing qualities. And get this, she's his age. It's not rocket science why they're perfect together. You're just old news.
Wow, Brenda, you've really thought this through. This whirlwind perfect romance. How long has this earth-shattering connection been blossoming? I'm dying to know all the details.
Like 3 whole months, and in that short time, they've already got this amazing bond. They're totally in love, Naomi. It's like meant to be. Finally, Ethan's going to be happy. So just do everyone a massive favor and dump him, Naomi, for his own good, obviously. He deserves to be with Rachel, not some you. It's the least you can do after, trapping him.
Dump him? He hasn't mentioned any of this to me. Shouldn't he be the one telling me if he's supposedly in love with someone else? This is all coming from you.
Oh, he will, once he fully realizes how much better Rachel is for him. She's opened his eyes to what he's been missing all this time. You were just a placeholder.
Okay, this is a lot to process. Ethan's apparently head over heels for someone else after 3 months, and I'm hearing it from his incredibly biased sister. Cool story, Brenda.
Oh, come on, Naomi. Be realistic for once. Rachel's so amazing and hot and fun. Any guy would fall for her instantly. Ethan's finally seeing what he's been missing, and it's not you.
Right, because Ethan has absolutely no mind of his own and just falls for whoever you deem perfect. Got it. Your faith in his autonomy is truly inspiring.
She's perfect for him, Naomi. You should be happy for him that he's finally found someone decent. Just hurry up and get out of the way so they can be happy. It's not that hard to understand.
Happy for him? I'm trying to figure out if my husband is, according to his sister, having a full-blown love affair that I know nothing about. Give me a frickin' minute.
Don't take forever. Ethan and Rachel's happiness is hanging in the balance, and it's all your fault for standing in the way. The sooner you accept the inevitable, the smoother this will be for everyone, especially for Ethan and Rachel's perfect future.
I get the urgency. I need a moment to, process this bizarre information. I'll text you when my brain doesn't feel like scrambled eggs.
Well, Naomi, are you finally going to do the right thing and start the divorce? Ethan deserves so much better, and frankly, this is dragging on way longer than it should have.
Brenda, yes, I've been thinking a lot. And you know what? I am actually feeling quite settled about it all.
Settled? What's that supposed to mean? You're finally going to listen to me and see reason?
It means I have a much clearer picture of things now, Brenda. A picture you unwittingly helped me paint with all your enthusiastic interference. The irony is quite delicious, actually.
What are you talking about? Just say you're going to divorce him. Ethan's happiness is what matters here.
Not quite there yet. You see, I had a very interesting conversation with Ethan this morning. He mentioned your rather intense interest in him getting to know Rachel. He found it a little strange, considering he hadn't even met her.
He's just confused. She's perfect for him. You're just trying to poison his mind against her.
Funny you should say that, because it turns out Rachel and I know each other quite well. We're both in the same line of work, illustrating. Small world, wouldn't you say? We've even shared industry gossip.
What? You know her? That's a coincidence. It doesn't mean anything. You're grasping at straws.
Oh, but it means quite a bit. It means I know a few things about Rachel. Things you might not expect me to know. For instance, I am intimately aware of who her brother is.
Her brother? What does that possibly have to do with anything? You're deflecting.
Everything, Brenda, because her brother happens to be someone you know quite well. Very well, in fact. You two seemed rather friendly at that company party a while back.
That was just talking. It didn't mean anything. You're imagining things.
Talking that led to more than just talking, wouldn't you say, with Rachel's brother? It's fascinating how these little connections intertwine, isn't it? Almost like a poorly written soap opera.
Shut up! You're trying to twist things to make me look bad.
Twist what, Brenda? The fact that you were so determined to set up your brother with your paramour's sister? It's a bold strategy. Let's see how that plays out for you in the long run.
This is insane. You are making things up to try and save your failing marriage.
Am I? Ask Rachel. I am sure she'd have some very interesting insights into your motivations and your persuasive techniques. She's been surprisingly open with me about your little chats.
She wouldn't. You're lying. She would never betray me.
Oh, but she did, Brenda. And you know what else? Ethan and I moved. Not just us. Your parents moved too. We're all safe and sound in a place where we can finally have some peace.
You moved? Why? What about Ethan? You can't just run away from your problems.
We needed a change of scenery, away from certain persistent and rather misguided individuals. And no, you won't be getting our new address, so don't bother asking.
No, you can't do this to me. I was planning on going back to Mom and Dad's after my divorce. You're ruining my life. You are so selfish.
Oh, right. About that divorce. The irony just keeps piling up, doesn't it? Turns out Ethan mentioned he got a call from your husband. Seems he stumbled upon a close friendship with Rachel's brother, and he wasn't exactly thrilled.
No, no way. He wouldn't believe your lies. You're trying to turn everyone against me.
He didn't hear it from me, Brenda. He found out on his own. Apparently, he's working on putting together some divorce papers as we speak.
No, this can't be happening. You're a monster. You're trying to destroy me.
Monster? Brenda, look in the mirror. As for ruining you, you seem perfectly capable of handling that yourself. As for where you'll go, you know that charming little apartment you used to rent? I heard the landlord is looking for a reliable tenant. Full circle, wouldn't you say? Enjoy the memories.
This is the worst. It wasn't supposed to happen this way. My plan is ruined.
One last thing, Brenda. Rachel and I were friends. Good friends, actually. She told me everything. Your grand, convoluted plan, your not-so-secret affair, everything. So maybe next time you decide to play puppet master with someone's marriage, make sure everyone isn't comparing notes and having a good laugh at your expense. It makes the ending so much more satisfying to witness from my nice, quiet new location. After the dust settled, Brenda did exactly as predicted. She went back to her husband's apartment to beg for forgiveness. It didn't work. Her ex-husband sued her, and the divorce proceedings were particularly harsh. The judge, fully aware of her adultery and the significant disruption it caused to their marriage, made sure she felt the financial consequences. That involved severely limiting her alimony and granting him a larger share of their assets. On top of the legal and financial fallout, the details of her affair became public knowledge through mutual acquaintances and social media. This led to a significant amount of social awkwardness and a noticeable chill in her professional circles. Opportunities dried up and people she once considered friends kept their distance. Unsurprisingly, the relationship with her affair partner, built on shaky ground, didn't last long either. To navigate the mounting debts and her increasingly damaged reputation, Brenda eventually had to take on live-in work from far outside our social circle. Months later, Brenda messaged me with a brief, self-pitying attempt at an apology. I read the words, a hollow echo of the turmoil she had tried to inflict on our lives, and then I simply blocked the number. Ethan and I didn't feel like dealing with her anymore. We had built our peace, and we weren't about to let any lingering negativity disrupt it.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hello, how are you doing? Oh, Bria, I'm doing great. The morning sickness is finally eased up, so I'm feeling much better now. That's wonderful to hear. You're 6 months along now, right? It won't be long before we get to meet the little one. How exciting! Yes, it's really exciting. My husband is just as excited. In fact, yesterday he bought a soccer ball for the baby. Oh, wow, your husband's really getting ahead of things, huh? But I totally get it. I'm looking forward to meeting my nephew, too. I'll be sure to pray for an easy delivery for you. Thank you so much. By the way, do you have a minute? I actually wanted to ask you about something. Oh, what is it? What's on your mind? Well, I was wondering if you'd like some baby clothes. They're hand-me-downs from my little one. Wait, what? Hand-me-downs? Yeah, they're clothes we got as gifts for my first child. But now that the younger one is already in preschool, they've just been sitting around unused. They're still in great condition, so I couldn't bring myself to throw them out, especially since they were gifts. I thought it would be better to give them to you or even to Kylie since she's also pregnant. I thought maybe you two could use them. I'll send you some photos, and if you like any of them, just let me know. I'll check with Kylie as well before sending them. I don't need them. Please don't try to push your old things on me. What? Hand-me-downs are just that, old, worn-out things, and they're kind of gross. You don't know what's been on them or what they've been through, so it's just unpleasant to me. Please don't try to give me things like that. But I checked them all. There are no noticeable stains, and they haven't been worn that much. They're still in great condition. But they're still secondhand, aren't they? I want to dress my baby in brand new clothes, not in someone else's old things. Do you think my baby would be fine in someone else's hand-me-downs? No, that's not what I meant at all. I've noticed this about you for a while now. Just because you were the first to get married and have the first grandchild, you look down on me thinking I'm too old to be getting married or pregnant now. That's why you're okay with trying to push your old clothes onto me, isn't it? That's not how I feel at all. I just thought it might be helpful, that's all. Well, I don't need them. I'm the eldest daughter-in-law, so I'm the one with more status here, you know. I got married while I was still in school, and I don't need handouts from someone who hasn't even had much life experience. If you want to give them away, how about to your brother? He's the type to take anything, even old rags. That's not fair. Kylie is kind and full of energy. She's a really good person. She's probably just not thinking things through. Anyway, I don't want any of your trash. If you want to pass them on, go give them to someone else. I understand. I'll leave you alone then. Sorry for taking up your time. Hey, sorry, is now a good time? Hi. Yeah, I'm good. What's up, Elia? Well, I know you're about 4 months pregnant now, right? I was wondering, if you wouldn't mind, would you like to take some of my baby clothes? They're hand-me-downs, but they're almost all unused because they were gifts for my little one. I haven't really used them, and it feels wasteful to just throw them away. If you're okay with it, of course. Wait, really? You're offering me those? Yes, I'll take them. Absolutely. I'd love to have them. Oh, you'll take them? Oh, I'm so glad. Actually, I asked Chelsea about them earlier, but she said she didn't want any hand-me-downs. I was worried you might feel the same way, but looks like that's not the case. Not at all. I'm more than happy to accept. I've heard babies go through clothes so quickly. They get dirty and need to be changed all the time. So the more clothes, the better. It's honestly such a huge help. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that. I'll send them over without any hesitation then. Honestly, I was planning on sharing them with Ichika, but since Chelsea refused, I'll just share everything with you. I'll try to pick out the nicest ones, but if any don't suit your tastes, feel free to send them back with the shipping paid on your end. Are you sure? Oh, thank you so much, Kylie. I promise I'll take good care of them and make sure to dress my little one in them when they arrive. Thank you. That really makes me happy to hear. I'll get them ready to ship tomorrow. Yay, thank you. I'm so excited. Elliot, wait, hold on a second. What is it, Chelsea? Looks like you've been calling me a lot. What's going on? What the heck is this? What's going on here? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean. The hand-me-downs from the other day. I saw something on Kylie's social media today, and what was that? Baby clothes from Bond Point and all those luxury brands? What's going on? Well, as I mentioned before, those are from a friend of mine. She's been working overseas and was thrilled when my baby was born. She gave me a bunch of baby clothes and toys from high-end brands. The ones I gave Kylie were all from that friend of mine.
No way. But those clothes looked brand new. They weren't worn out or full of holes. How is that possible? They must be over 5 years old.
Well, this is a bit embarrassing to admit, but they're expensive items, so I kept them aside to use at the right time. But I ended up keeping them so carefully that my baby outgrew them before I could use them. So they're mostly brand new and unused, actually.
What? Well, if I'd have known, I would have wanted them too. Why didn't you tell me they were from luxury brands? I'll take anything. Baby clothes, toys, stuffed animals, whatever. Send them to me right now.
Well, I already sent them all to Kylie. I don't have anything left here. I don't have anything for you.
Huh? Why don't I get anything? That is so unfair.
But didn't you say you didn't want any hand-me-downs? You said they were dirty and you didn't want secondhand clothes. You told me not to give you any garbage.
But I didn't know they were this nice. If I had known they were brand new and from luxury brands, I would have asked for them. You should have told me sooner. I'll take anything at all.
No. I'm still using some of the toys, so I can't give those away either.
What? Oh, this is awful. You're favoring your sister-in-law so much. This is the lowest thing you could do.
Chelsea, I've been holding back because I didn't want to cause you stress during your pregnancy, but your behavior is just selfish.
What did you just say?
When I offered the clothes, you said, I don't want them, they're dirty. Now that you know their brand name, you're upset that I didn't give them to you. Your behavior sounds like a child throwing a tantrum. You're an adult, so you should know that kind of behavior doesn't work.
Well, if I had known from the start that they were brand name, I wouldn't have said that.
So what should I have done? Should I have asked you, hey, these are brand name, is that okay? Wouldn't that have sounded condescending?
Well, I guess.
Enough, I'm done here. I'm a young wife with little social experience, and I don't have the patience to deal with your selfish, rude attitude. I don't have anything to give you, whether it's brand name or not. If you want something, go buy it yourself. You're the eldest daughter-in-law, so don't come asking me for handouts. Goodbye.
Wait, I'm sorry. I really am. I shouldn't have said all that. I didn't mean it, really. I've just been feeling down, and I was so envious of you, your youth, and how you're having a baby. I felt so miserable about myself being older and still having a baby. And with the pregnancy blues, I ended up taking it all out on you.
Pregnancy blues are tough, but that doesn't give you the right to disrespect your sister-in-law or throw hurtful words at me. Talking badly about Kylie? I'm genuinely upset with you right now. I don't want to see your face again.
But
for now, we'll keep our interactions to a minimum. We'll stay polite, but distant. I won't be contacting you unless absolutely necessary. At least until I'm ready to let this go. Do you understand?
I'm so sorry, Elia. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to be like this.
The apology is unnecessary. Goodbye, Chelsea. After everything had unfolded, I received multiple apology messages from Chelsea, each one more filled with excuses than the last. I could tell immediately that her words lacked sincerity. They were nothing more than justifications, attempts to shift the blame away from her. After the third or fourth message, I had had enough. I turned off the notifications and just left them there, unread, to gather dust. The messages kept coming, but I wasn't interested. At that point, I figured there was no need to engage. I had already made my decision. Until the baby arrived, I would keep things on the back burner and ignore any further attempts at negotiation or explanation. I didn't need to respond to every message, especially when they weren't getting to the heart of the matter. I wanted to focus on what really mattered at the time, which was preparing for the arrival of my child and dealing with the reality of the situation in a way that didn't involve Chelsea's apologies. I thought that would be the end of it. I assumed that after a few weeks things would calm down and I wouldn't hear from her again. But to my surprise, the very next day, Chelsea showed up at my door, and not alone, she was with my brother. They stood there together. As soon as I saw them, I knew something was different. Chelsea was visibly upset, and my brother had this look of regret on his face. Chelsea started talking almost immediately, her voice shaking. I could barely make out the words at first, but eventually it became clear. She was apologizing, genuinely apologizing, and this time with tears in her eyes. She kept saying how sorry she was and that she had realized the extent of her mistake. I could see that she was remorseful, though I didn't know if it was because of the consequences or because she genuinely felt bad for her actions. Either way, the fact that she was there, in person, speaking directly to me, showed that she had taken some responsibility for what had happened. As Chelsea spoke, my brother didn't say much. He just stood there quietly, looking somewhat ashamed. It seemed that he had already been through this with their parents. From what I gathered, my brother had told their parents everything that had happened. He had been the one to explain the full extent of the situation to them, and unsurprisingly, their parents had been upset. I could only imagine how angry they must have been, especially considering that Chelsea was their daughter. But in a way, I was glad that my brother had taken that step, that he had been open with his parents. It wasn't easy, but it seemed like the right thing to do. Watching Chelsea stand there, reduced to tears and full of regret, had an odd effect on me. My initial anger, which had felt so strong just days before, started to dissipate. It wasn't that I had forgiven her completely, it wasn't that simple. But seeing her vulnerable like that made me think about things from a different perspective. She had made a huge mistake, and she had hurt me, but she was human. She was flawed. And maybe, just maybe, she was beginning to understand the gravity of her actions. As much as I wanted to hold on to my anger, I couldn't ignore the fact that no real harm had been done. Yes, her words had been hurtful, and yes, she had crossed a line. But in the end, there had been no lasting damage. The things she had said weren't easy to forget, but they weren't impossible to move past. There was no reason to create a rift between myself and my brother and his family over this. He and his wife were good people, and I didn't want to let a single mistake on Chelsea's part tear our relationship apart. I told her that if she was truly sorry, then I would accept her apology, but I also made it very clear that this was the one and only time I would tolerate something like this. I wasn't going to let her off the hook entirely, but I also didn't want to punish her indefinitely. I simply needed to know that she understood the weight of what had happened. She needed to know that if something like this ever happened again, there would be no second chances. Next time, there won't be one, I said firmly, looking directly at her, making sure she understood the gravity of my words. I wanted her to know that this wasn't something I could just brush off. It had hurt, and it had shaken me in ways I wasn't ready to admit, but I wasn't going to let it destroy my relationship with my brother or my family. To her credit, Chelsea nodded, wiping away her tears. She said she understood and promised that nothing like this would ever happen again. I wasn't sure if she truly understood what she was agreeing to, but I had to trust her words for the time being. I wasn't in the habit of holding grudges, and I didn't want to carry that weight any more than I had to. The tension in the room slowly started to lift, and it felt like we had reached a turning point. It wasn't perfect, but it was a step in the right direction. Months went by and life moved on. Chelsea and Kylie both had healthy babies, and I became an aunt, something I had been looking forward to for a long time. I couldn't deny the joy that came with welcoming these new little lives into the world. I was grateful for the chance to be a part of their lives, to shower them with love and affection, and to be the kind of aunt I had always hoped to be. Chelsea and I didn't talk about what happened much after that. There was no need to. We both knew the history, and we both knew the consequences of our actions. But the fact that things had settled down was enough. It was enough that we could all move forward without holding on to past mistakes. The entire situation had changed us, in some ways for the better. We had learned how to apologize, how to forgive, and how to accept the reality of our actions. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. And as the time passed, the whole hand-me-down incident became nothing more than a funny story we laughed about during family gatherings. What had once been a source of frustration and anger now felt like just another chapter in the ongoing story of our lives. It was no longer something that weighs us down. It was something we could all look back on and laugh about, a reminder of how far we had come. Now life had returned to normal, quiet, peaceful, and filled with moments of joy. The lessons we had learned from that experience had stayed with us, and I was grateful for the way things had worked out in the end. But even more than that, I was grateful for the way it had brought our family closer together. It had been a test of patience, forgiveness, and understanding. But we had come through it stronger, and now with the babies in the picture, everything seemed to have a renewed sense of purpose. We were no longer just dealing with the weight of old mistakes. We were focused on building something positive together. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Lily, do you have a minute? We need to talk about something important.
What's wrong, Matt? Did something happen? I haven't heard from you in days, and this is the first text I'm getting? You're making me nervous. Well, if I'm telling the truth, I've been nervous for a while. You told me when you moved over there that you didn't want me to contact you for anything other than emergencies. And I know you're busy with work, so I've honored that request of yours. But you used to text me a couple of times a day, and now I'm lucky if I get one a week.
Oh, I guess I kinda did go radio silent on you lately, huh? You asked me if something happened, and yeah, you could say that something happened, and that's actually related to what I wanted to talk to you about today.
What happened, Matt? Are you okay? Were you injured? Did something happen at work?
No, don't worry about me, I'm fine. It's not that something bad happened to me.
Oh, well, that's a relief. I wish you would have said that sooner, though. So, if nothing happened to you, then what's up?
Yeah, that's the thing. Nothing bad happened to me, but when I think about it, it's not exactly something that you're gonna want to hear.
What do you mean? You're scaring me, Matt. Please, just tell me what's going on.
Okay, well, here goes. About 2 weeks ago, I met a girl. She lives around here and we got to talking and we really hit it off. And here's where things get bad for you. She is way prettier than you. She's a lot more fun than you, too. Really, she's just all around a superior woman to you in every way imaginable.
What? Matt, what are you saying?
I mean, I thought that it would be pretty clear what I'm saying by now. Like, how explicit do I have to be in order for you to get it through your skull? God, you can be so dense. I hate the way you need me to hold your hand to help you understand the simplest things.
Wow, Matt, I'm sorry.
Yup, right on schedule. Anytime anything goes even slightly wrong, what's the first thing you always say? I'm sorry. I don't know, I guess that makes you a lot easier to use, so that's not an entirely bad quality.
Easier to use?
Even though you're older than me, you're so passive. Like seriously, you're a complete pushover. Ordinary people tend to respect themselves more as they get older, but you? Not so much.
Really? Is that how I seem to you?
I think the fact that you didn't try to defend yourself just now proves my point. Sometimes people say that when the woman is older than the man in a relationship, she becomes more like an older sister than a wife. In your case, though, you're more like a red-haired older stepsister.
This is hard to believe, Matt. So you're not really attracted to me?
Honestly, no, not really. I'm a guy, you know? Guys always prefer younger women. It's in our DNA. Back when we first got together, you looked like you were younger than me, and you were always so submissive, so I didn't think anything of it. But man, you sure pulled a fast one on me, huh? By the time I realized how old you really were, it was all too late.
Pulled a fast one? I don't know why you'd say that. I wasn't trying to deceive you or anything.
It's called a lie by omission, Lily. You had the responsibility to tell me how old you were. If you had only done that, I never would have done anything as stupid as marrying you. But no, you waited until the day we went to my parents' place to tell them we were engaged. And you said it so casually to them too, but I almost crapped myself when I heard. I knew I was finished. I couldn't just break up with you that late in the game. Our parents would have gotten upset and everything. It would have been a total mess. So I figured that since you still looked attractive enough that I could always hold out hope that you'd age well. That's the only reason I went through with marrying you.
I see.
But holy cow, was that a massive mistake? The atmosphere is so heavy when you're around, it's like someone turned up gravity a notch or two. Plus, you aren't aging anywhere near as well as I'd hoped. Being married to you is the worst. And then, just when I was starting to think about my future, my company transferred me over here. Getting out of that house opened my eyes to so much. Then I met Kelsey one day while out on the town, and I thought that this was my sign to finally give up the ghost. And she's pretty into me, too. We hit it off great right off the bat.
Kelsey? Is that the name of your soulmate?
Yep, she's young, beautiful, and everything else I want in a woman. She's the perfect girl for me. If you were wondering why I haven't been messaging you these past few weeks, that's why. I felt like it would be a waste of my time and effort to talk to you when I could be talking to Kelsey. It's not like you're gonna stop aging anytime soon. It's all downhill from here, so I've decided to leave you and be with her.
So you've been cheating on me?
Cheating? Nah, that's not what this is. Cheating would imply that you're the woman I should be loyal to, which is simply not the case. Kelsey's the girl that I truly love. She's got such a bright and cheerful personality. Every single second I've spent with her is pure bliss. She's not a major Debbie Downer like you. I don't know what I was thinking marrying you once I learned how old you were. Marrying a woman older than me was always gonna end in disaster. Anyway, I had my lawyer draw up a set of divorce papers a while back. They're in the bottom drawer of my dresser. I already signed them, so you can go ahead and sign them too, then take them down to the courthouse. Oh, and our apartment is in my name, so I'm keeping it. Pack up your stuff and get out as soon as possible. Let me know once you're gone. I'm gonna get my stuff, terminate the lease, and then move over here permanently.
Is that all?
Huh? What do you mean, is that all?
I'm asking you, is that all you have to say to me?
Excuse me? What's up with that attitude? Are you gonna actually try and stand up to me now after you know our relationship is over? Sorry, Lily, but you're too late. All that's left for you to do is shut your mouth and do exactly as I say, just like always.
No, Matt, I don't think I will. Not this time.
Oh, good God, Lily, you're really gonna do this, huh? All right, whatever. I'll humor you this one last time. Go on, say what's on your mind.
Do you really need to ask me? I'm pretty sure you know exactly what's on my mind.
No, I don't actually. I've never cared about what was on your mind before. Why would I start caring now?
No matter how you feel about me, the fact remains that as of right now, you and I are still husband and wife. You can go ahead and say that you truly love Kelsey, but that doesn't change what you're doing. What you're doing is wrong, Matt. It's dead wrong, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
For the love of God, are you gonna give me a lecture? Don't act like you're a victim. If you had made even the bare minimum effort to stay attractive to me, then I wouldn't have had to look elsewhere. Do you get that? Since you couldn't even do that bare minimum effort, then I'm well within my rights to do what I'm doing. So lecture all you want, Lily. I don't feel guilty in the slightest for leaving you for Kelsey.
Hold on, did you think I was talking about me?
What?
Wow, you really don't get it, do you? Put our relationship aside for the moment. I am talking about something else entirely.
What are you talking about?
Let me ask you something. You're living in San Francisco right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. I'm pretty sure I told you that myself before I left. So what if I'm in San Francisco?
One more question. What's Kelsey's last name?
You want to know her last name? What's your angle? Why should I tell you?
You said you were going to humor me, so humor me.
Whatever. Her last name is Bronson. Kelsey Bronson. There, I gave you her name. Are you going to tell me where you're going with this?
I thought so. I don't think I ever told you this, but I actually lived in San Francisco for 2 years during high school. My dad got transferred there for work just like you did.
I don't care about your history, so what if you lived here before? Oh, wait a second. You're not going to tell me that you actually know her, are you?
Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to say. She and I were good friends back in the day. We still talk to each other by text and social media.
No way! You've got to be kidding me!
Not too long ago, she texted me saying she was seeing a guy now. That was right around the time you completely stopped talking to me. I know Kelsey pretty well, so I can say for sure that she would never agree to date a married man. So that leaves me with only one possible conclusion. Matt, you are lying to Kelsey. And that is worse in my mind than what you're doing to me.
Here we go. Another lecture. Oh boy, just what I was hoping for.
You say it's a lecture. I say I'm simply calling you out for your deplorable behavior. Kelsey is one of my best friends, Matt. I care about her a lot. So I'm going to tell her about us. And once I do, Kelsey's going to know exactly what a low-down, lying, cheating creep that you are.
Don't you dare! I swear to God if you snitch on me. Listen, Lily, all that needs to happen here is you keep your big fat mouth shut. If you don't tell her anything, she won't ever know that I started seeing her while still married to you.
I know. That's precisely why I'm going to tell her everything. I can't just sit back and allow such an important friend to get tricked into an adulterous relationship. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. I've taken screenshots of our entire conversation, and I am going to send them to her now.
No! I order you not to do that! If you do that, then she's gonna hate me for sure!
What's that? You think I'll make her hate you? I guess this means you do realize that what you're doing is wrong after all.
Please, for God's sake, Lily, do not send those screenshots to Kelsey! I'm begging you! Look, I might have gone a little overboard with you. I said some slightly unkind things to you, and I apologize for that.
Spare me your apologies. What good would apologizing to me do? She's the one that you're lying to. And more importantly, you're too late. I already sent her all the screenshots.
Come on, Lily! Why would you do that to me?
You want to know why? Because if I didn't, then you would get away with it. Kelsey would never know that you were lying to her, and the two of you would go on to live happily ever after. Actually, I take that back. It would just mean a lifetime of suffering for both of you if that happened.
What? What do you mean?
Kelsey's older than me, Matt.
No. She is?
Yep, she was a grade ahead of me in high school.
I don't believe it. That can't be true.
You said it yourself. Marrying an older woman would end in disaster. So while Kelsey deserves to know that you were lying to her, you also deserve to know that she's actually older than me. I'd hate for you to end up marrying yet another older woman. I know how much you hate us.
This is unreal. You mean I got tricked by another old hag? That's two now! How could I let this happen?
There you go again, claiming we somehow tricked you. Why do you keep saying that? If we told you we were younger than we actually were, then you might have had a case. But you just assumed incorrectly how old we are. All Kelsey did was skillfully use her feminine charms to attract you, and it worked, right? Honestly, I'm not trying to justify what you did or anything, but Kelsey is a lot prettier than I am. She's also a real sweetheart, too. I'll bet she has a lot of guys interested in her.
Yeah, well, she's got one less guy interested in her now. You think I'm gonna keep going after her now that I know she's older than me? Think again. So, did you really already send her all those screenshots? Has she seen them? Did she write back to you or something?
She just texted me, actually. Here, I'll copy and paste her message for you. Oh my God! I really have to be more careful with the guys I get interested in. Seriously, though, that guy was your husband? That's absolutely insane! I mean, I knew that you had changed your name after you got married, and Matt had your same last name. But it's a pretty common name, and since there's a lot of distance between us now, I just figured it was a mere coincidence. The craziest thing, though, is the fact that he's younger than me. Like, I was under the impression that he was at least my age. Frankly, his sense of humor and fashion reminded me of my dad's.
What? I do not have an old man's sense of humor. She's out of her mind. I don't look older than her, and I definitely don't act older than her.
Isn't that funny? Looks like the both of you had the wrong idea about each other's ages. Oh, hold on, she just sent one last message. It's about you. I'll send it over. Give me a sec.
What did she say?
You don't need to worry about me, girlfriend. I'm used to getting lied to by loser creeps like him. But you need to kick that guy to the curb, Lily. Take him to the cleaners. Divorce him and take everything that you can on your way out. Oh, and if he cries at the divorce hearing, could you take a picture and send it to me? That would make me feel a lot better. In the meantime, I've got some pictures that I can send you that would sway the judge in your favor. Well, that's good news for you, Matt. You wanted to divorce me, and boy, are you gonna get one. The only downside is that you might have to downgrade to a slightly cheaper apartment, because the amount of alimony I'm gonna get from you will make it look like Jeff Bezos got off easy.
Come on! You can't be serious! What happened to the way you were talking before? You were all like, what you did to Kelsey was worse than what you did to me! But now you're telling me that you're still gonna try and suck me dry in the divorce? How greedy can you get?
Let me stop you right there, Matt. I told you that I was putting our relationship aside for a moment. I didn't say I was putting it aside forever. You have belittled me, mocked me, treated me like trash. You completely ignored me for weeks. And then you only messaged me to tell me that you were leaving me for another woman. Did you think that you were just going to get away with all that? That you weren't going to get any consequences at all? Keep dreaming, Matt. I'm gonna ruin you.
This whole day has been so bizarre. Is this a nightmare or something? Like, I don't think you've ever stood up for yourself to me once in all the time that I've known you. What's gotten into you? Why are you all of a sudden so assertive?
Because you made a fatal mistake when you dragged my dear friend Kelsey into this, lied to her, and tried to make her an unwitting party to an affair. That was enough to make even someone as timid and passive as me get angry. And you are going to pay dearly for making me angry. Say goodbye to your car, Matt. It's going to be mine soon.
Damn it! Getting dunked on by an old woman like you has gotta be the most humiliating experience of my life!
After that, I signed the divorce papers Matt was kind enough to leave for me and took them right to my lawyer. I also gave him the pictures that Kelsey had sent me for evidence of Matt's infidelity. Once all the paperwork got taken care of, I tried to call him to arrange a meeting with our lawyers, but he didn't answer. My first thought was that he was avoiding me because he was afraid of facing me, but it was actually much worse than that. Apparently, his supervisor caught him trying to steal cash from his company's office. I can only assume he was afraid of how much money I was going to take from him in the divorce. Oh, Matt, he just doesn't know when to stop. There were so many points along the way when he could have realized he was about to make a mistake and change course. The first was when he found out how old I was. The second was when he was hitting on Kelsey while still married to me. And the cherry on top was when he was about to resort to stealing in order to keep himself financially stable. He could have kept his consequences to just being temporarily broke. Now he's going to be permanently broke and probably in jail. But since he and I are already divorced, that's no concern of mine anymore.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Liz, good morning. How are you? Did you get the wedding invitation yet?
It's way too early for this kind of nonsense. Seriously, what the hell is wrong with you, Amanda? Why would you think sending me a wedding invitation was even remotely appropriate?
What do you mean, why? It's a wedding invitation. That's kind of the whole point, inviting you to my wedding, duh.
I can see what it is. I'm asking why you thought I'd want to receive one. Have you actually lost your mind?
What? No. Come on, it's totally normal to invite your bestie to your wedding. We've been friends since middle school, remember?
Right. It is normal to invite your best friend to your wedding, as long as that best friend's boyfriend wasn't the groom, and as long as you didn't steal him from her while they were still dating.
Are you still hung up on that? I already apologized, remember? It was ages ago. Time to move on, don't you think?
Are you seriously asking me to just get over it? I was with Dave for 4 years, Amanda. We were already talking about our wedding. And then out of nowhere, you show up, announce you're 2 months pregnant with his baby, and tell me to let him go? Then barely a month after we break up, you send me a wedding invitation? What kind of twisted logic do you live by?
Well, I mean, the pregnancy kind of changed things, you know? I had to tell him, and he had to take responsibility. It's not like I planned it or anything. Things just happened.
Honestly, I don't care anymore if you two get married or crash and burn, but don't fool yourself into thinking I've forgiven you. I hate you, deep down, with everything I have. So do me a favor, don't send me garbage like this invitation. You don't invite the groom's ex-girlfriend to the wedding you ruined her chance at. Stop involving me in your mess.
Jeez, don't be so harsh. I know things got a little messy, but you're still my friend, aren't you? I want you to be there on my big day. I want you to see it and celebrate with me. Please, Liz.
Yeah, no, you just want me there so you can rub it in. You want to watch me squirm from the front row while you parade around in a designer dress, clutching the man who was mine. You want that smug little satisfaction. Don't act like I don't know how you operate. I've known you for over a decade. I know you.
Okay, fine. Maybe I do want to show off a little. Is that so bad? I mean, come on. Do you know how much I'm spending on this wedding? $60,000. I had to get married before my body started going downhill, so I didn't have a ton of time, but I still made it gorgeous. Dave told me I could spend whatever I wanted, so I did. We're talking a full glam wedding. Lights, fireworks, gourmet, everything. I'm gonna look like royalty, and I want you to see it. To sit there and marinate in regret.
Your taste is disgusting, and your personality even worse.
Aw, come on, be honest. It's a little satisfying, right? I mean, back in school, it was always you getting the attention. You were the one guys chased. No one looked twice at me. But guess who ended up on top? Guess who gets the happy ending?
This isn't a fairy tale. You destroyed a relationship and latched onto the wreckage.
Or maybe I was just smarter. You had him for 4 years and still didn't lock him down. Me, I swoop in, get the ring, get the baby, get the dress. Looks like brains beat beauty after all, huh? Sorry, not sorry, Liz.
You are vile.
Well, I'm just saying. You could have been the one marrying Dave, but now I am, and I'm having his child. Oops. So, the least I could do is let you see what you're missing, right? I'll even give you front row seats.
You think I'd show up to that circus? Dream on. I'll be returning the RSVP with a firm decline. Enjoy your little fairy tale, and don't you ever contact me again.
Aw, lame. You're no fun, but whatever. I'll send you the wedding photos later anyway. Bye, Liz. Enjoy your single life. I'll be off living happily ever after. Liz, pick up. Please.
What now, Amanda? Wait, isn't today your wedding day? Shouldn't you be walking down the aisle right about now? Why are you blowing up my phone?
Because this is a disaster. Please, Liz, do you have Dave's contact info? I know you do. Just give it to me.
Dave's contact info? You have it too, don't you? Why are you asking me?
Because he ran. He's gone, Liz. He said he was going to change for the second outfit and then nothing. He just disappeared. And now everything's gone. His bag, his suit, his wallet, everything. I tried calling him, texting, emailing. He blocked me on everything. Even the stuff in the groom's room is gone.
Wait, are you serious?
Dead serious. I cornered one of his supposed cousins. Turns out none of them were real. His parents, his friends, all actors. They were hired for the day. I don't even know who I married. Liz, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, that's what I figured.
What? What do you mean you figured? Are you involved in this?
Not involved, but you're the third woman this month to come yelling at my door about the same thing.
What?
Yeah, it's looking like Dave had at least 4 women on the hook, including me and you. Wouldn't be surprised if more came out of the woodwork. And guess what? He promised marriage to every one of them. Then on each wedding day, he bailed, took the cash gifts, and ran. One woman said he emptied her savings account, too.
You're joking. You have to be joking.
I wish I was, but no, it's real. And I guess he told all of you that my house was his house because all of you poor girls keep showing up at my front door. It's gotten so bad, I've started packing to move.
Who cares about your stupid move? You're telling me Dave conned me? He's a literal con artist? That's marriage fraud. That's a crime. And you just sat on this?
Honestly, yeah. I didn't even realize he was cheating on me with you, or with others. He was weirdly good at hiding it. I only found out after the first girl showed up crying on my porch.
And you didn't think to tell me? If you knew he was a fraud, why didn't you stop the wedding? You could have saved me.
Excuse me? You stole my boyfriend, remember? You knew we were together, and you still went after him. So, no, I don't owe you anything. Warning you would have been like helping out a thief.
We were best friends, Liz. You could have helped me just this once.
No, we were best friends until you slept with my boyfriend and got pregnant. After that, you became someone I didn't owe a damn thing to. But hey, credit where it's due. Because you took him off my hands, I got to dodge a huge financial disaster. So, thanks for that. Really, saved me a fortune.
If you're so grateful, then why didn't you say something before I got this far? Do you have any idea what today was supposed to mean for me? The venue's in chaos. The guests are panicking. The groom is gone. I have to refund the gifts, but there aren't any. And guess who paid for everything? Me. I'm stuck with the $60,000 bill.
And that's my problem how? It's not my wedding, not my groom. I didn't scam you. Dave did.
He's your ex. That makes this your mess too. You owe me, Liz. You can pay the $60,000. You can pay it back with the money you didn't lose thanks to me.
What kind of backwards, desperate logic is that? I was never married to the guy. I didn't sign a contract or plan a ceremony or send out invites. I was just another name on his little rotation. You want me to pay your wedding debt because I dated him once? What is that? Emotional taxation?
You knew what he was. You could have stopped this. You could have told me and saved my future. No, this whole thing wouldn't have even happened if you hadn't been dating him in the first place. If you had seen through him sooner, none of us would have been dragged into this.
Amanda, let me break this down for you. You slept with my boyfriend. You got pregnant by him. Then you planned a wedding with him behind my back. And now that it all blew up in your face, you're blaming me?
Yes, because I don't know what to do. I have a baby, Liz. It's his. What do I do now? He's gone. I can't raise a kid by myself.
Then talk to your family. Find a lawyer. File a police report. He's clearly done this before. Maybe they'll catch him this time. It's going to be hard, but you're not the first woman to raise a kid alone. You'll survive.
I can't. I don't even know where to start. Just please, Liz, don't hang up. Don't leave me alone right now. I have nothing. Please help me.
I'm sorry, but this is the part where you have to face what you did too. You betrayed me, and Dave betrayed you. That's not a coincidence. That's the cost of trusting someone who lies and becoming one yourself. I wish you luck, I really do. But I can't be the person to save you.
Liz, please.
Goodbye, Amanda. After that fiasco, Amanda completely unraveled at the wedding venue. I heard it wasn't just a few tears or a quiet breakdown in the bridal suite. No, she went full meltdown mode. In front of everyone. She was screaming at people, throwing accusations, pacing back and forth in her gown like a woman possessed. The guests didn't know where to look. Some just stared in disbelief, while others tried to pretend they were suddenly very interested in their champagne glasses. And then, in the heat of it all, with her voice cracking and her makeup smudged beyond recognition, she blurted it out. She confessed, loudly, without any finesse or remorse, that she had stolen Dave from me. I wasn't even there, but the guests told me how their jaws dropped. The room went silent. One woman spilled her wine all over her dress and didn't even notice. It was that shocking. Apparently, Amanda said it like it was some sort of badge of honor, as if having snatched him away proved something. But all it did was expose her to the reality everyone else had been too polite to mention. The foundation of her relationship was nothing but lies, betrayal, and desperation. People started to leave. Some did so quietly. Others didn't bother hiding their disgust. I'm told one of her aunts called her shameless on the way out. Amanda, still in her wedding gown, tried to regain control of the situation. She grabbed the mic, laughed awkwardly, and said they'd return the wedding money to anyone who wanted it. But it was too late. The illusion had shattered, and no one was interested in playing along anymore. Eventually, she had no choice but to dismiss everyone. Guests were ushered out, and Amanda was left standing in the wreckage of her own choices. No reception, no dancing, no cake cutting, just silence, stunned family members, and a pile of unpaid bills. And those bills, they were significant. She and Dave had spent lavishly, the kind of over-the-top, Pinterest-perfect wedding that's more about appearances than meaning. Designer everything, imported flowers, and a string quartet flown in from another prefecture. A production. And now, without guests or goodwill, that dream had become a financial noose. Amanda's parents, once proud and smiling as they walked her down the aisle, were now holding emergency family meetings trying to figure out how to pay for a wedding no one enjoyed and no one wanted to remember. And Amanda, she couldn't even process the numbers. She was too busy dealing with her crumbling image, her imploding marriage, and, most critically, her pregnancy. Because yes, she was expecting. At the time, she'd believed having Dave's child would seal the deal, bind him to her permanently. A kind of twisted romantic insurance. But now, as her belly grew, so did her problems. The costs of prenatal care, hospital fees, baby supplies, it all piled on top of the wedding debt like bricks on her chest. I heard she cried in her mother's arms more than once. Cried because the fairy tale she had fought so hard for had turned into a nightmare, and there was no going back. As for Dave, his downfall came just a few weeks later. 2 months after the wedding, the police caught up with him. He was arrested, not just because of what he did to me, but because he'd done it to others, too. Multiple women had filed complaints, some about financial deception, others about emotional manipulation, and still more about things I can't even imagine. It turns out Dave had been running a long con on more than just me. He had a pattern, a history, and eventually it all caught up with him. Amanda was blindsided. She had thought she was the exception, that she had won the prize. But what she got was a man with a mask, and when that mask finally came off, all she saw was a hollow shell with nothing to give and everything to take. Their relationship devolved into a bitter legal war. Amanda filed for separation, tried to sue him for damages, and even fought to have his name removed from the child's birth certificate. Dave, of course, didn't go down quietly. He dragged her through countersuits, blamed her for manipulating him, painted himself as the victim. From what I heard, they both came out of the court proceedings looking like ghosts. The sparkle was gone, the smugness, the pride. They had consumed each other in that toxic spiral, and all that was left was the ash. Ironically, I got the smallest but sweetest slice of justice. A few weeks after his arrest, I received a small bank transfer labeled as compensation, just enough to cover the cost of my move to a new apartment. Nothing flashy, but symbolic. It felt like the universe quietly tipping its hat to me, acknowledging the mess I had endured and giving me a clean slate. Moving wasn't easy. I had to leave behind the neighborhood I loved, the coffee shop where I knew everyone by name, the park I used to walk through with Dave when I still believed he was someone worth loving. But packing those boxes, I realized I wasn't just moving physically. I was moving on emotionally, and that, more than anything, was liberating. Now, with some distance and clarity, I can see everything for what it was. I wasn't a fool. I was someone who wanted to believe in love, someone who gave her heart to a man who didn't deserve it. I was betrayed, but I came out of it stronger, smarter, and oddly enough, more hopeful. Because if nothing else, this whole ordeal showed me exactly what I don't want in a relationship. I don't want to be lied to. I don't want drama disguised as passion. I don't want someone who sees love as a game or a transaction. I want honesty, stability, peace. And Amanda, well, I don't envy her. She has a child on the way, and she's doing it without a supportive partner or a stable foundation. I heard she moved back in with her parents, that she's been keeping a low profile, trying to avoid the stares and whispers that follow her around town. I imagine the shame still clings to her like the train of her wedding dress. But I don't hate her anymore. I used to fantasize about yelling at her, making her feel the pain she caused me, but now I just feel nothing. Maybe a hint of pity, because what she did wasn't just cruel, it was self-destructive. She hurt me, yes, but she also wrecked herself in the process. That's not power, that's desperation. Dave, he can rot for all I care. His chapter in my story is closed, locked, and buried. As for me, I'm okay. More than okay, actually. I'm rebuilding. Reclaiming who I was before all of this happened. Surrounding myself with people who actually care about me. Laughing again, trusting again. Slowly, but surely. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.